but I'm in the corner of Berkshire Breeze. Hopefully it can take out race 4.
Berkshire Breeze for Ethan Brown is going to annihilate them. A big performance, 4 or 5 lengths.
I'm in the corner of Lady in Pink and Hydrogen Power in this race, race 5.
Lady in Pink found the front, still keeps on running in the lead from Cotton Tree trying to close. Lady in Pink clinging on. Lady in Pink won it.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's preview. We're racing at Sandown this week, a track where a few Saturdays ago I got 0 winners. So looking to bounce back off that. Before the video starts, we have a runner that we part own debuting on Saturday. Not at Sandown, it's at Bendigo. It'll be in the 2-year-old maiden 1,000-metre race called Patriot Star, trained by Matt Laurie. We don't really know how she's going to go, but her jump outs have been actually pretty good, so we're looking forward to seeing what she can do on the racetrack. Wouldn't hesitate backing her, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But let's get on with the preview of Sandown. Race 2 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,400 metres. Enna's Dream is the favourite at the moment at $3.40, ahead of Mogwai at $6. La Fracas is at $7. Then 10 Deep is at $8. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Just a Deal at Pakenham. In a 0 to 64, where it ran third pretty good, got beaten by Dollar Chaser and Subuma, flew past it late. I thought to stick on this well. First up was a good sign. These three drew away from the rest of the field. Draws gate 9 on Saturday, which isn't ideal. We'll have to get back to second last. Enna's Dream should be on the back of Just a Deal. I just think 4 starts, it's still a progressive horse, hasn't reached its ceiling yet. It's shown good promise so far in its career. Only 3 starts ago it got beaten in a maiden, only 2 lengths behind Skybird and Elphinstone. So I think the $14 is over the odds. John McNeil taking the ride. I'm also very confident about that. It is a better chance of getting the job done than what the market suggests. So I like to have Just a Deal on top at the price, definitely. Ahead of 10 Deep, who's right down the bottom for Moody and Coleman, carrying the lightweight of 54.5 kilos. Bolted in a maiden at Seymour last start. That was on a very wet track though. Would like to see what it does on firmer ground before putting it on top. Enna's Dream in there for third is the best horse in the race, but just draws gate 10 out of 10. We'll have to get back to last and come past them all, but can do so because it's so good. And Gallant Prince in there for fourth. Tatum Bull claims 2, will be on speed giving it all. But I like Just a Deal in race 2, Sandown. Race 3 is a benchmark 70 over the 1,400 metres. This is a wide open race. Name Dropper first up. Only had 1 start for 1 win, is the favourite at $3.80, ahead of Truffle Finder, who's at $5.50. Then we've got Ivan's Hero, $8. Vale Mountain at $9, and then double figures the rest. This was the last start run of Ivan's Hero at Scone. This was in that race that Jewellery was in. Jewellery obviously came down here and bolted in at Caulfield. Can Ivan's Hero do the same here? I think it can. I'm not too confident. It's done a bit of travelling. It's started its preparation in Melbourne, went up to New South Wales, has come back down to Melbourne. It's off a 4-week freshen up, which I don't mind for this horse. Draws gate 1, which I think being race 3, the inside won't have chopped out too much by that stage, so I'm not too worried about gate 1. We'll need luck, but I don't think it'll be in the worst part of the ground yet. Luke Nolan takes the ride, and that Scone race seems to have produced decent form, so I've got it on top, but not too confident, as I've already said. Vale Mountain in for second. This horse has been up for a while, but it's won 3 of its past 4. Should have won last start at Cranbourne, but got held up again. So I'd like to see what it does on Saturday. It can definitely win. In for third, Sessions rode at a bit of a price. This horse can turn back the clock. Hasn't been in benchmark 70 grade since July 2021. Has to carry the 62 kilos, but it's way back in grade, so I think it can run an improved race. And Truffle Finder in for fourth, gets in with a lightweight and is progressive. But I like Ivan's Hero in race 3. Hopefully he can get the job done for Chris Waller and Luke Nolan. Race 4 is a 3-year-old fillies benchmark 70 over the 1,300 metres. Batrana is the favourite at the moment at $3.50. Ahead of Here Comes the Star. Sorry, Batrana's at $3. Here Comes the Star at $7. Then you've got Flying Fizz, who's at $7. Paradise City $8.50. Miss Roombini $10. Then longer odds the rest. I'm with Flying Fizz again. I've tipped him the past 2 times. He's run a 3rd and a 6th. But I'm on him again. I reckon Saturday could be his day. Now, he does draw gate 1, so he'll immediately there's immediately a query that he'll need luck, but he raced 3 wide without cover this day. I know this day it wasn't the worst thing to settle 3 wide no cover, but it's still no good to settle 3 wide no cover, covering extra ground in any situation really. So Jayla Kennedy goes on claiming the 3 kilos, which I think is beneficial, and I just think back on a firmer surface than what it faced last start, it can run well, and I think it's over the odds at $7. I got it on top just ahead of Patrana. I'm also having some units on. Was good first up, should have finished closer to the winner, British Angel, that day. Draws 5 up to the 14 suits. It can run well. Paradise City will go forward from that gate 9, Tatum Bull on, and it's a toppy, so it's probably the classiest runner in the race. It can run well, and Mr. Umbini was good first up, can improve second up, but just draws out a tad wide. I like Flying Fizz. Could Saturday be his day? Race 5 is a mare's benchmark 74 over the 1600 metres. Haven't had one of these in Victoria for a while. The favourite is Blue Moon at the moment at 650 for Matt Laurie. Wide open race. Then you've got 750 for Miss Tarzi, 750 for Great Taste, then out to $8 for Arcana and Princess Raya. Speaking of those 2 horses, that's the replay we're going to take a look at of. I think these 2 horses come through the best form reference. I've got these 2 first and second on Saturday. I had trouble splitting them, but I've gone with Arcana. I just think it'll be in the right spot on Saturday. Draws gate 7. I think it'll be on the outside of horses and up to the 1600 metres, getting onto a big track at Sandown. It'll just flow into the race beautifully, and that's why I think it could get the job done. Princess Raya I had on this occasion at Caulfield, but was just left a bit flat-footed by the slow tempo, and was also not in the best part of the track. It does draw gate 2 again though on Saturday, which didn't fill me with a great deal of confidence, but it can run well. In for third, Blue Moon, can't be dismissed, was good last start. Third up should be peaking. Jayla Kennedy claims 3, bringing it down to 56.5 kilos. It can win. And Binding, good first up win at 62.5 kilos. I know that it had the pattern in its favour on that occasion, but still had to do it first up. Tatum Bull takes the weight off a little bit, and it should roll forward from the gate. I think double figures is over the odds, but I'm in the corner of Arcana in race number 5. Race 6 is a benchmark 78 over the 1600 metres. We've got an import as the favourite. Concord is at 450. Next best is He's Beset, drawn out a tad wide at 650. Jabberwockies is at $7.50. Then Falcon of Malta, the only other horse in single figures, is at $8.50. This was the last start run at Sandown, featuring Hard to Cross, Hennessy Lad and Jabberwockies. Hard to Cross wins the race, carrying 52.5 kilos. Now rises up 6 kilos on Saturday. Hennessy Lad missed the start, slightly over-raced for the early part of the race, which was detrimental to its chances. And Jabberwockies raced well without cover throughout. Out of this run, my on-top selection is Jabberwockies. I just think drawn gate 4 on Saturday will have to do no work. Jai McNeil goes back on this horse, and I mean it's good. Track record isn't great, but its last start run that we just took a look at was on a good track, so I don't see it to be any query. I think it can get the job done. Jabberwockies. Hennessy Lad's missed the start on his past 2 occasions. He's going to need to fix that to be any sort of a chance. He's drawn out a tad wide, but it might not matter come race 6. Hard to Cross. I don't see why it's double figures. It's won its past 2. Jayla Kennedy claims 3, bringing it down to 58.5. It can win definitely, and then in for 4th, Angry Skies, can run well. Low gate, Matty Cartwright over the odds at about $21. But I'm in the corner of Jabberwockies. I reckon he can take out race 6. Race 7 is a benchmark 84 over the 1,000 metres. We've got equal favourites. This is a wide open, tough race. $5.50 for both Mrs. Chrissy and Etienne. South of Houston is at $7.50. Then Wonder Reach is at $9.50. This last start run at Sandown features Wonder Reach and Mrs. Chrissy. Now these 2 horses ran first and second on this occasion. Wonder Reach beat Mrs. Chrissy home, but I think Mrs. Chrissy can turn the tables on Saturday. Mrs. Chrissy carried 4 kilos more than Wonder Reach on this occasion, and now they carry the same weight on Saturday, which I think, obviously, it does suit Mrs. Chrissy more. Draws gate 11, so I think it'll be in the right part of the track, and I think it's ready to win again, like it did 2 back at Caulfield. Mrs. Chrissy, I've got it on top. I reckon it's the classiest runner in the race, or in time it will be the best horse in the race. Etienne in there for second. First up, Can run well, probably want further than 1,000 metres in time. Draws gate 12, will get a good run and it can win. South of Houston, classy runner, drawn gate 4 down low. Another horse that'll probably want further over time and will strip fitter off whatever it does on Saturday, but it can still run well. And then in for fourth, I can't remember, I think it says Scissor Step, but it's meant to be Ocean Reward at about 60 to 1 in there for fourth. Can improve off the first up run, Ocean Reward. But I'm in the corner of Mrs. Chrissy. Hopefully can take out the 1,000 metre dash. Race 8 is an open handicap over the 1,400 metres. Nicolini Vito, drawn gate 1, is the favourite at 370, ahead of So Risque and Is It Me, both at $5.50. Then you've got $7 for Windstorm and double figures the rest. This was the last start run of Is It Me at Caulfield. This was the race over 1,200 metres, won by Why Worry. I thought Is It Me was really good on this occasion. Steps up to the 1,400 metres on Saturday, which looks ideal. Gate 5 looks ideal. Can put itself in an on-speed position. 54 kilos, I reckon, is ideal. Geordie Childs takes the ride, which means he'll probably ride at 54.5. But still, Geordie Childs is one of my favourite riders, so I think it can get the job done. And on a tough card, Is It Me is actually my best of the day. So I think it can win race number 8. I've got it ahead of in for second Lord Vladivostok at a bit of a price. This horse draws gate 3, so we'll get a good run. First up, you can tie its form in with Press Down, who won the Golden Topaz very impressively at Swan Hill on Friday, and Anilla, who had form in and around Talbragar. So its form actually stacks up not too bad. It ran first up over in Adelaide and was pretty plain, but usually improves second up. Jayla Kennedy takes the ride. I reckon he's over the odds at $26, can be a sharp improver. Galaron in there for third. Could improve coming back to the 1,400 metres, but will need to. And then in there for fourth, I've got Showmanship, will be flying from the back, but has the big weight to carry. Is It Me, for me, in race number 8. Race 9 to finish the day is an open handicap over the 1,800 metres. Jimmy the Bear is the favourite to finish us off at $5. Dashing is at $6.50. Then you've got $7 for Pounding, $7.50 for Cadmus, and longer odds the rest. Now, 5 horses feature in this replay: Wycliffe, Jimmy the Bear, Dashing, Pounding, and Ryazan. This was a bit of a sit and sprint. Obviously suited the on-pace horses. I'm with Jimmy the Bear on top on Saturday. I reckon it's ready to have him on top. Or I'm ready to have him on top. Draws gate 10. Ideal gate for race 10. Race 9 on the day. Will be flying down the outside. Fourth up, peaking. I reckon it's ready to win. Should be a more genuine tempo with a bigger field on this occasion, or on Saturday. So I reckon Jimmy the Bear can get the job done. Got it on top just ahead of Bear Story, who I think can be a sharp improver for Geordie Childs. Will roll forward from the gate, and yeah, I reckon it could be an improver at the price especially. Looks enticing. Putting in there for third will put itself on speed and try and do what it did last start. It was a last start track and trip winner, so it can't be dismissed. And then in there for fourth, I've got Cadmus, will be flying home from the back, and the 54 kilos also helps its chances. But I like Jimmy the Bear to finish the day at Sandown. Now it's time for the quaddie. I was a bit excited when Virtuous Circle got up in race 6 last week, but we didn't have Right to Party or Georgie Get Mad, so we move on to this week in race 6, going for number 1 Hard to Cross, number 9 Concord, just in case it's a really good horse, number 12 Hennessy Lad, number 13 Jabberwockies. In race 7, going for number 3 Ocean Reward, 12 Etienne, 13 Mrs. Chrissy, 16 South of Houston. In race 8, we're going for number 2 Showmanship, 4 Nicolini Vito, 9 Galaron, 14 Lord Vladivostok, and 16 Is It Me. And then 7 in the last, 2 Star of India, 4 Jimmy the Bear, 6 Bel Toro, 8 Pudding, 9 Bear Story, 11 Ryazan, and 16 Cadmus. Can we get the quaddie this week? Hopefully. Thank you everyone for watching the preview for this week. It's just over a 4-unit spend, I'm pretty sure. We haven't won any units for the past 3 weeks now. I think it was the 18th of May meeting at Flemington. Who Dares winning the straight 6 was the last time we got some units back. So I'm in poor form, need to improve, but I'm hoping that Saturday can be a good day. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you for next week's preview. Bye for now.